Greetings to Dr. Ahmad Shukri bin Muhammad Noor and my fellow friends. Today, my name is Chantunya, metric number S54503. We're going to present the final project or the individual assignment of this course, Internet of Things for the JOMMAKAN Cafe Restaurant. So, let's have some executive summary content first. Okay, in this project, the student will download a product that the system can control or manage by cafe staff. And this project was separated into three main tasks, where the first task is to design the JOMMAKAN Cafe dashboard using the data provided in the Appendix A, and the second task is to design an ordering page for customer to make their order. For the last task is to design an Android application for the system use. Now, let's introduce the IoT or the Internet of Things that involved in this project. So, Internet of Things (IoT) is actually a system where machine devices are interconnected with each other in a network or through a cable and transact the data information without any human interference. The project will implement the technology of IoT by connecting the web system to the mobile smartphone device in the view of creating a mobility system for the JOMMAKAN Cafe restaurant. And one thing worth to mention is this project is also suggested to develop the system using the MIT App Inventor software. So, after this introduction, let us dive into the problem statement, the problem faced by the JOMMAKAN Cafe. So, JOMMAKAN Cafe is a cafe that taking orders using human powers like the traditional ways. So, for example, the waiters will go to the customer table and take orders using pencil and papers. And all this information will be later transferred to the chef, to other staff, and it's just so much wasting time. So much paperwork has to be done and just for logging and transfer the information, and this problem will even become worse when festival day arrive, as the amount of customer will be shockingly increased. So this project is aimed to design a system that implements Internet of Things technology for the JOMMAKAN Cafe in ordering food events. And the second objective is I hope to lessen the workload on the restaurant employees. So the proposed solution. I suggest to use web language. So web language such as the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript language will be used in designing the interface of the dashboard and ordering page of the system. And for the backend activities such as the mathematical calculations, the logical rules, and so on will be implemented or executed by using the Python language to manage the complexity of this activity in the system. And the MIT App Inventor and the Rapid website will also be used in designing the Android application and the food ordering system. So, for the methodology, let's dive more deeper to understand what is going on in the development of this project. So, a main executable Python file or the main.py will be created to implement all the mathematical calculation and logical rule that I mentioned just now. So, this main.py will also be responsible for managing the get, post, and put transaction process within the Android and the web application. It is more like a REST API in this system. So beside the backend activities, this file will also be used in the frontend. It will responsible in rendering the HTML templates, which is the template that will be displayed on the web application. And the system will incorporate with the source code provided from the given document, and the product is then launched into a browser and can be controlled either by a computer device or an Android smartphone. If you still not understand what I'm talking about, let's have a clear look on this flowchart. So so the system will start when the customer arrives to the JOMMAKAN Cafe, and the customer will queue for an empty table. Waiter will go and check for the availability of the table. If there is an empty table, then the customer will be guided to the table, and if there is no, the customer has to wait again. So when customer arrives to the table, waiter will change the status of the table to wait for order, and a customer will scan the QR code in the table to access the restaurant ordering page. Customer make order by choosing the foods and beverage they want. If the customer finish choosing their food and beverage, the customer will have to press the make order to submit the order they want. And if they are not, they have to continue for what they're doing. And the system will automatically update the status of the table to order. waiter will pass the order to the chef, and the chef will update the status of table to in progress when he is ready to prepare the food. And after the chef finish cook the food and prepare the beverage, chef will update the status again to ready to serve. Waiter will be alert and come to collect the food, and waiter will serve the food to the customer and update the status of the table to serve. Customer, after they finish their foods and beverage, they will pay the bill at the cashier counter, and cashier will update the status of the table to housekeeping. Cleaner will go to the table. Cleaner will go to clean the corresponding table, and after he or she finish clearing the table, the cleaner will update the status of table to available again. Now let's have some discussion on this system. So the system did perform the required function and fulfill the requirements stated in the project question. System allow the customer to, to order food from scanning a QR code, and the waiter or restaurant staff can observe the status of tables in the restaurant through the system developed. All this sophisticated process is all done by using a web browser and Android device only. And the data transaction between two different platforms perfectly demonstrated the greatness that can be bring by the technology of Internet of Things to the system. So through the system implementation, restaurant staff can have less attention on serving customer but with more concentration on committing their work. In a nutshell, Internet of Things IoT enables static machine devices to transmit data to each other without the need of cable installation. IoT has brought improvement in various of domains. A great example is the system from this project. It enables the two different systems from two different platforms to be associated together. This project consists very less code than usual, as the supporting tools and software such as Rapid.com and MIT App Inventor has been used in the system development. So in conclusion, by implementing the technology of IoT to a system can pull out its potential, especially in portability, simplicity, and performance it can give. So after all this presentation, now I will continue for the demonstration of this system development. So let's start for our demonstration. Now my phone has connected to the MIT App Inventor. So this is the Android application that I have mentioned earlier. So now the six button represent the table A until F, and we have the six command with order in progress, ready to serve, housekeeping, and available. And now I will start to launch the project. So this is the executor file, the main.py that I just mentioned in the presentation. So now I will run the project, and as you can see, the website has been launched successfully on the browser. And now when I click the table A, and I say I want to wait for order. Let's say I wait for order. So he said table A is updated to wait for order, and we refresh it. As you can see, it will become the status has been changed. So now let's us continue with the QR code scanning. So when the customer start to scan the QR code, they will be able to access the order page of the restaurant, of the cafe. And now I will start to scan this QR code. So as you can see, I'm starting to scanning. Okay, so I got the result now. So now I will go to the website and I will start to pick the food I want. So for example, if let's say I want a cheesy burger, I will increase by 1. And then if let's say I want Coca-Cola and then a Fanta grape. So everything after I make the order, I will start to press the button make order. So he say your order is accepted, and then we will be prompt to a thank you page, and here's your receipt. So all the food that we order will show display on this page, and we go to dashboard. So as you can see, everything has been updated, all the food that we order. And if you go and see for over here, also the same thing with the phone, they have been updated. So let's say if go back to the MIT So assume that the table A already have the food is in progress, so we can update the status to in progress. And as you can see from the website, it's already changed to in progress. And the same thing when we go to the B, if we press to wait for order, the status will change too. So let's say for the table A, if it changed to ready to serve, then serve, and then housekeeping, and the last one available. And you can see that everything will be deleted. So that's all for our system, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.